Hey, it's Lauren, 27 then, voice still catching when I look at my daughter's sea glass eyes. If you know the hollow ache of empty nursery corners, stay close. Smash subscribe, drop a comment, tell me the month your test finally turned positive after years of negatives. Part 1 starts here, slow and raw. Alex and I met at 21 in a crowded Raleigh coffee shop near campus. Him juggling a tray, spilling a caramel latte across my open psych textbook, me laughing instead of cursing because his flustered apology was adorable. 6 months later, we moved into a tiny apartment with creaky floors and one window that stuck. By 23, we were engaged under the oak at my parents' house. By 25, married in their backyard with string lights strung through branches, barbecue smoke curling, vows promising forever in front of 50 sunburned guests. We wanted kids from day one, talked about it on our third date, sketched floor plans on napkins, agreed on two, maybe three, close enough in age to share clothes and secrets. Month after month, nothing. Negative tests stacked like losing lottery tickets in the bathroom drawer under the sink. We tracked cycles with apps, basal thermometers, ovulation predictor kits that Alex brought home like bouquets of hope. We saw specialists, first the OBGYN who ran blood panels, then the reproductive endocrinologist downtown with the quiet office and the wall of baby photos. Hormones balanced, sperm count stellar, fallopian tubes clear, uterine lining textbook. Unexplained infertility, they labeled it. Keep trying, consider IUI if you want to speed things up. Alex stayed relentlessly optimistic, scheduled sex around peak days, kissed my forehead when another period arrived. I smiled through the disappointment, but inside, something cracked wider each cycle, a hairline fracture spreading. Mom remarried when I was 20. Greg, 6'4", quiet, ex-Marine turned general contractor. He treated her like gold, fixed leaky faucets without being asked, called me kiddo even after the wedding, remembered my coffee order. We vacationed together every summer, rented beach houses on the Outer Banks, salt air therapy for whatever ailed us. That year, we booked a 4-bedroom on stilts in Nags Head, pale blue siding, wraparound deck overlooking dunes. Alex drove the packed SUV, coolers, beach chairs, my secret stash of pregnancy tests. Mom and Greg followed in their silver Tacoma, kayak strapped to the roof. I wore sundresses, hoped the ocean would work its magic. We arrived Friday just after sunset, sky bleeding orange into the Atlantic. The house smelled of pine cleaner and possibility. Alex unloaded the SUV like a man on a mission. Mom claimed the master with the ocean view balcony. Greg carried bags without complaint. I stood on the deck, wind whipping my hair, breathing salt deep. Dinner was grilled mahi-mahi rubbed with lime and chili, Mom's famous pineapple salsa, cold beers sweating in koozies. Greg opened the first round, told stories about desert deployments, sandstorms that turned day to night, the time his unit adopted a stray camel. I drank rosé. First glass, light and crisp. Second, deeper. Third, sweet on my tongue. Laughter echoed over the crash of waves. Bonfire at 10. Alex built it high with driftwood, sparks spiraling into the indigo sky. We roasted marshmallows on coat hanger skewers, played an old playlist through the Bluetooth speaker, Springsteen, Fleetwood Mac, Tom Petty. Alex yawned by 11, kissed my temple, sand still on his feet. Early surf tomorrow, babe. He stumbled inside, flip-flops slacking up the stairs. Mom followed at midnight, tipsy giggle fading behind her bedroom door. Greg and I stayed. Fire popped and hissed, bottle of Patron between us on the sand-crusted cooler. "One more shot?" he asked, voice low over the crackle. I nodded. Salt on the rim of a plastic cup, lime wedge balanced on the edge, tequila burning a clean path to my stomach. Conversation drifted. His divorce from a woman who wanted city lights, my stalled graphic design freelance gigs, the baby we couldn't seem to make no matter how perfectly we timed everything. His knee brushed mine in the flickering light. Static shot up my thigh. I didn't move away. "Walk?" he said, standing, brushing sand from his cargo shorts. Moon hung full and low, path to the beach lit silver through the sea oats. I grabbed the woven blanket from the deck chair, followed barefoot, heart already racing. Sand cooled fast after sunset, sliding between my toes like sugar. We walked past darkened lifeguard stands, past the last house's porch light, until the only sounds were waves and our breathing. Greg stopped where dunes curved into a natural alcove, spread the blanket with a snap, sat close enough that our shoulders touched, heat radiating through his t-shirt. Ocean roared approval, white foam glowing under the moon. He turned, eyes dark in the low light. You deserve to be happy, Lauren. Really happy. The words hung, then his hand cupped my cheek, thumb brushing my lower lip. Kiss followed. Slow, certain, tasting of lime and smoke. I kissed back, surprise melting into need. Blanket soft beneath us as we sank down. His hands gentle but sure, calloused from years of swinging hammers, tracing the line of my sundress strap, sliding it off my shoulder. Cool air kissed my skin, then his warmth, as he followed the path with his mouth. Collarbone, hollow of my throat, the swell above my bra. My dress bunched at my waist, his shirt joined it on the sand. We moved together, urgent but quiet, waves masking every breath, every shift of fabric. Sand gave beneath the blanket, molding to our weight. His palm slid up my thigh, slow, deliberate, until my back arched. I tugged at his belt, felt the hard line of him through denim. Clothes peeled away in layers, my bra clasp giving with a soft snap, his shorts kicked aside. Skin to skin, salt and sweat, the rhythm of the tide setting the pace. He entered slow, eyes locked on mine, my name a whisper against my ear. We rocked together, blanket twisting, stars spinning overhead. Release came in waves, his arms tight around me, my fingers digging into his shoulders, the ocean swallowing our sounds. After, we lay tangled, breathing hard, his heartbeat thundering under my cheek. Guilt crashed in with the next wave, cold and sharp, but his fingers traced lazy circles on my spine, grounding me. Our secret, he whispered into my hair. I nodded against his chest, the weight of it settling warm and terrifying. Morning came gray and heavy, gulls screaming overhead. I woke in the guest room alone. Alex snoring softly, blanket kicked to the floor. Downstairs smelled of coffee and bacon. Mom flipped pancakes in her kiss-the-cook apron. Greg stood at the stove, back to me, spatula in hand. Our eyes met for a split second in the reflection of the microwave door. His unreadable, mine panicked. Alex bounded in, kissed my cheek, oblivious, asked if I wanted blueberries. We packed the SUV in near silence, coolers rinsed, sandy towels shaken, drove home in separate cars, Alex singing off key to the radio, me staring at mile markers, replaying every touch, every whisper, the way the blanket smelled of salt and him. Period late by a week, then 10 days. Panic clawed. Drugstore test in the Shell Station bathroom off I-40, 2 pink lines stark against the white. Tears blurred the stick. I bought 3 more brands, same result. Alex cried when I told him that night, spun me in the kitchen until the dog barked. We're having a baby. He called his parents, my mom, started a baby name list on his phone. Ultrasound at 8 weeks, tiny heartbeat flickering like a firefly. He picked Emma for a girl, Liam for a boy, painted the spare room pale yellow. I smiled, planned nursery, ordered crib sheets, but dread coiled tight. Timeline overlapped perfectly. Alex and I had been intimate the night before the beach, quick, hopeful, routine. Greg and I, that night under the moon. Conception window wide open, a cruel coin toss. Greg texted once, 3 days later, "Are you okay? Need to talk?" I replied, "Fine, busy." Nothing more. Mom planned a baby shower, sent invitations with tiny seahorses. I avoided Greg at Sunday dinners, heart racing when he walked through the door, his polite nod across the table like a brand. Emma arrived screaming at 39 weeks. Perfect. Alex's straight nose, my mouth, eyes the color of sea glass on a cloudy day. Alex cradled her like she was made of light, whispered, "Daddy's girl," over and over. Mom knitted booties in every shade of pink. Dad teared up in the delivery room. Greg held her once, arms stiff, then passed her back with a tight smile, eyes flicking to mine for half a second. I watch her sleep in the crib, study every feature under the nightlight glow. The slope of her brow, the curl at the nape of her neck, Alex swears it's his mom's. The dimple in her left cheek, Mom insists it's mine at that age. I ordered a DNA test kit online, discreet packaging, hid it in the back of my sock drawer behind winter scarves. Some nights I take it out, run my thumb over the seal, imagine the results. Other nights I dream of waves crashing, Greg's whisper in my ear, Alex's joy in the hospital. The question lives in my throat, sharp as swallowed sand. Whose daughter is she? Whose eyes will she open wider to? The envelope sits unopened, a Pandora's box in cotton socks. Part 2 drops next week. Results, fallout, the truth that could shatter everything. Subscribe so you don't miss it. Comment below. Would you open the envelope or let the maybe live forever?